Hi there. Today, let's go back to what happened on Sunday, the Congo coup or the attempted coup. So, what happened is that at about 4 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, dozens of men wearing military fatigues and armed with submachine guns and rifles attacked the residence of Vitor Kamere or Vitar Kamere, who is a federal registrar. He's also an ally of the president Felix Tshisekedi and is a favorite to become the next speaker of the National Assembly. So the attackers also breached the Palais de la Nation, which is the state house in Congo, and this state house, the president is rarely there because Felix Tshisekedi doesn't stay in the state house, right? So the president's official residence and offices are located here. And as I just said, the president rarely uses these premises. And he was not present at the time, but both locations are about 2 kilometers. They are separated by 2 kilometers. They are 2 kilometers apart, but both located in this neighborhood called Gombe. Gombe is the affluent neighborhood of Kinshasa, very elite. And it's the upmarket zone of Kinshasa that we would expect that's the same location members of parliament, ambassadors of different countries reside. So we would expect that security in such a neighborhood is round the clock patrol. But guess what? 50, mostly civilian in military fatigue, marched up to this neighborhood and started shooting in the air. Then they attacked the home of the potential speaker of the National Assembly, because one of these men, the leader of this group, Christian Malanga, owned 6 gold mines, most of them in the Katanga province of Congo, in a region called Kilowezi, very near Zambian border, right? And he owned gold mines, and he had connection in the United States, where his wife is from Brittany Sawyer. They have a son. His name is Marcel Malanga, that is. And he managed to convince his son, and I think friends of his son, or the relatives from his wife's side, I think the wife is white, to come there to help him dethrone or remove the president from power. But again, when you look at the first place they went was the homestead of this member of the Senate, that is a Vitor Kamere. And the reason behind this is because Kamere is a friend of Felix Tshisekedi, and he's also behind the reason why the gold mines that Christian Malanga had were taken back. But it wasn't just Kamere. It was the whole government that passed a law that made sure that any mine owned by individual was repossessed by the government or nationalized. And this Christian Malanga was not the only victim to lose mines in Congo. Others, like the former electoral body chief, that is Kanele Nyanga, the one we said joined with Rwanda or teamed up with Rwanda to form a coalition called Alliance Freed Congo, AFC, or in other words, the Congo River Alliance. He was also one of the people who lost 9 mines that he was extracting gold, and he's not happy. That's why he has teamed up with the enemy of Congo to try to basically take the whole of North Kivu as payback. And he says that he helped Felix Tshisekedi capture power in 2018, claiming that Felix actually never won. It was Martin Fayulu. That is a story for another day. It's conspiracy theory. The thing is, Christian Malanga, this man here, convinced his 21-year-old son, that is Marcel Malanga, and 49 other people to come and help him remove the government in Congo. Civilians, 50 of them with about 10 pickup trucks, rode into this neighborhood looking for the president and his close associate. And the military in Congo was not aware of this. The intelligence in Congo was not aware of this. The police didn't even know about this. So it shows either security laxity, or the security is very lax in Kinshasa, or there's a conspiracy. And I want to believe the conspiracy part, because what Felix Tshisekedi is trying to do is what we say, drain the swamp. So he's trying to drain the swamp by kicking out people who actually thrived in the former president's government, Mobutu, dictator. These are families that were thriving under that dictatorship. Somehow, some of these families, including Christian Malanga's family, transitioned to start surviving under Joseph Kabila. And the whole military is also compromised, because previously we used to think that the threat in the security apparatus of Congo is having double agents, Rwandan soldiers who have been infiltrated in the army and given ranks during Joseph Kabila, commanders, majors, lieutenants, those who are Rwandans. But now we've started also to see that corruption is also another threat in the military and the security of Congo. The whole military top brass is compromised, because how do you explain to me that the army and the police security didn't know about these 50 men? They knew, and they were hoping that they were going to succeed, because Felix Tshisekedi is trying to effect some kind of reform in his security apparatus, where he's telling the soldiers that you can't be a soldier, you cannot be a soldier, and you're cutting deals. You are selling minerals in the black market. You own mines. You cannot be a soldier and you're telling us that you also have some mines. How can you be a soldier and you own mines in different parts, especially the region that have insecurity? You cannot be a police chief and you control minerals. You're selling them through the black market. So he's telling them that that needs to end. And they are fighting back. So he's trying to drain the swamp, and the swamp is fighting back, or whatever is in the swamp is fighting back. And that is the problem with Congo, because for a long time Congo has always been a family affair, where you find the guys in the army are the ones kind of thriving under the authoritarian regime of Mobutu and Joseph Kabila, and they also control mining rights in Congo. They are cutting deals 24/7, and they don't care about security of the civilians in Congo. Now, when you bring in change, or you're trying to say this has to end, that's when you start seeing them fighting back and trying to orchestrate some kind of coup, some coup d'etat in Congo. That is what happened. And I expect after this, the president of Congo is going to get serious and stop, moving all over the world with planes. He's going to fire almost everyone in the top brass of the army. He's also going to fire the top commanders in the police, so that then he can start doing reforms in his security apparatus. Otherwise, if he doesn't do that, they're going to repeat again, and maybe next time they're not going to miss.